When you open your eyes in the morning, you're not just waking up, you're being given a brand new page, a brand new chance, a brand new opportunity to shape the rest of your life. Most people jump straight into the noise, phones buzzing, worries waiting, deadlines chasing. But the truth is simple. The first 5 minutes of your day set the tone for your next 24 hours and the next 25 years. Those first moments are powerful. They are a gateway. What you choose to do in that doorway creates a ripple that moves through your mind, your body, your decisions, your relationships, your health, and even your lifespan. If you want to live stronger, live longer, and live with purpose, you must take ownership of those first 5 minutes. Start by becoming still. Not empty, still. Because in stillness, your mind resets. Your stress lowers, your heart rate stabilizes, your thoughts become clearer. And a clear mind is the birthplace of wise choices. Wise choices build long lives, then breathe deeply. Slow breaths activate the systems inside you that repair, restore, and renew your body. Just 5 minutes of deep morning breathing lowers inflammation, strengthens immunity, and calms the internal storms that silently steal years from your life. Then take a moment of gratitude, not a list, a feeling. Gratitude shifts the chemistry of your body. It reduces stress hormones. It strengthens resilience. It builds hope. It hasn't been filled yet with stress, noise, notifications, deadlines, or responsibilities. It's a clean space, a doorway that determines whether you step into your day with power or with pressure. Most people underestimate those minutes, but they shape everything that follows: your decisions, your habits, your energy, your emotions, your clarity, and ultimately your lifespan. Because what you repeatedly do in those first moments becomes a pattern, and patterns build the quality of your life. When you wake up, your brain is in a state called theta, a slow, calm wave pattern where new thoughts root quickly and deeply. This is when your subconscious mind is wide open, absorbing whatever you feed it. If you start your morning with panic, worry, phone scrolling, or rushing, your mind locks into stress mode and your body follows. Stress hormones spike, inflammation rises, blood pressure increases, and your emotional resilience weakens. That kind of start shortens your patience, shortens your peace, and over time, shortens your life. But when you begin those first 5 minutes with intention, calmness, focus, purpose, you reverse the damage before it begins. You stabilize your internal world before the external world has a chance to pull you into chaos. Think of your day like a long road. If the first turn you make is wrong, every turn after requires correction. But if the first turn is right, the rest of the journey flows naturally. That's why these 5 minutes matter. They align your inner compass. They choose the quality of your mindset. They determine whether you walk into your day reacting or leading. And when you consistently lead your day, you lead your life. During those initial moments, your body is also waking from a state of fasting and repair. Your cells are ready to receive signals of safety or threat. If you wake up anxious, irritated, or tense, your body thinks it needs to protect itself. It shifts into survival mode. But if you wake up calm, centered, and grounded, your body moves into healing mode, a mode that promotes longevity, lowers inflammation, supports heart health, and protects your nervous system. These tiny morning choices influence the biological processes that control how long and how well you live. People who start their mornings with intention often make better choices throughout the day. They eat healthier, think clearer, react slower, and stay emotionally balanced. They're less likely to carry yesterday's problems into today. Their relationships improve because their patience strengthens. Their stress decreases because their minds are anchored. Their productivity increases because their focus sharpens. All of these effects are directly tied to longevity. A calmer life is a longer life. A focused mind is a healthier mind. A grounded morning becomes a protective shield for the rest of your day. But the power of those 5 minutes doesn't just affect your body, it affects your identity. When you choose to begin your day with purpose, you're telling yourself that your life matters, your time matters, and your well-being matters. You're declaring that you are not a passenger in your own story, you are the driver. And the more you practice taking charge in those early minutes, the stronger your mindset becomes. Strength of mind leads to strength of choices. Strength of choices leads to strength of life. And strength of life leads to more life. So when you wake up, understand the truth. Those first 5 minutes are not small habits. They are life-extending decisions. They are the foundation of longevity, clarity, and stability. They are the quiet architects of the next 25 years of your life. Stillness and deep breathing in the first minutes after waking are not just calming practices, they are biological reset buttons designed to extend your life from the inside out. When you choose stillness instead of rushing, when you choose slow breathing instead of stress, you activate systems within your body that have been quietly waiting for your permission to heal, repair, and strengthen you. Most people wake up and immediately ignite stress. They check their phones, think about problems, worry about time, and begin their day in a mental storm. But if you begin with stillness, your body receives a completely different message. It hears you are safe. And when the body feels safe, it begins to restore itself. Deep breathing is one of the most powerful, natural tools you possess, yet it is the one most often ignored. Just 5 minutes of intentional breathing lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that silently ages your organs, weakens your immune system, and speeds up the wear and tear on your body. When cortisol drops, inflammation, the root of many age-related health problems, also drops. Blood pressure stabilizes, oxygen flow increases, your heart slows down, your brain becomes sharper. These are not small physiological shifts. They are markers of longevity. Every single day you begin with deep breathing. You give your body a chance to operate in its healthiest state. Stillness also works on your nervous system like a master mechanic tuning an engine. When you wake up abruptly and immediately rush into activity, your sympathetic nervous system kicks in the fight or flight mode. Your heart pumps harder, your breathing becomes shallow, and your brain becomes reactive. Living in this state every day slowly drains years off your life, but when you start your morning with stillness, your parasympathetic nervous system takes over, the rest and repair mode. In this state, your body digests better, heals faster, thinks clearer, and repairs the damage created by stress. This is the mode responsible for long-term health and longevity. The breath itself carries power people often underestimate. Inhalation brings oxygen, and oxygen is the fuel your cells require to function, grow, and repair. When your breathing is shallow, which happens when you wake up stressed or hurried, your cells receive less oxygen and your body begins operating inefficiently. But deep, slow breathing floods your bloodstream with oxygen, rejuvenates your brain, enhances energy, and improves circulation. Over time, this consistent oxygenation keeps your organs healthier, your mind sharper, and your body younger. Stillness also creates mental space. When your mind is constantly filled with noise, your body never gets a chance to rest. Mental clutter becomes physical tension. Emotional overload becomes chemical imbalance. But stillness, even for a few minutes, clears the fog. It gives your thoughts room to settle, your emotions room to calm, and your perspective room to align. With a calmer mind, you make better decisions, decisions that contribute to a healthier life. You eat better, you react better, you communicate better, and you handle challenges with more clarity. All of these choices stack up over years, shaping a longer, healthier future. Deep breathing also connects your mind and body, creating unity between your thoughts and your physical state. When you breathe slowly, your brain receives signals that everything is under control. It stops bracing for danger. It stops anticipating stress. It stops aging prematurely through tension and worry. Instead, it shifts into a state of harmony, a state where healing becomes possible and longevity becomes natural. Every morning you choose stillness and deep breathing, you are choosing life. You are choosing to lower the pressure inside your body. You are choosing to undo the damage that stress tries to cause. You are choosing clarity over confusion, peace over panic, and repair over deterioration. These 5 minutes are small in time, but monumental in impact. They may not feel dramatic in the moment, but over months and years, they accumulate into a longer lifespan, a stronger body, and a healthier mind. Gratitude in the first moments of the morning is more than a positive attitude. It is a biological, emotional, and spiritual force that can shape the length and quality of your life. When you choose gratitude right after waking up, you shift the entire chemistry of your body. You redirect your mind from stress toward strength, from fear toward hope, from pressure toward peace. People often think gratitude is something you express only when everything is going well. But its real power is seen when you practice it before the day has even begun, before anything has gone right or wrong. In that quiet moment between sleep and waking, gratitude becomes a foundation, a stabilizer, a shield that prepares you for whatever the day brings. When you breathe in gratitude, something powerful happens inside your brain. Your mind begins releasing dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals responsible for calmness, joy, and emotional balance. These chemicals don't just make you feel better, they help your brain think clearer, help your memory become sharper, and help your body function with more harmony. Over time, higher levels of these hormones reduce stress, improve sleep, strengthen your immune system, and decrease the chronic inflammation that contributes to aging. Gratitude, when practiced consistently, becomes a natural medication with no side effects, healing parts of your body that stress has been wearing down. Gratitude also shifts your perspective. The moment you wake up and choose to focus on what you still have instead of what you've lost, what you can do instead of what you can't, and what's possible, instead of what's missing, you begin retraining your mind to see solutions instead of problems. This shift doesn't just make you feel lighter, it makes your life healthier. Studies have shown that people who are more grateful have lower stress responses, better heart health, and stronger emotional resilience. That resilience protects your body from the harmful effects of anxiety, anger, and chronic worry, all of which shorten life expectancy. Gratitude extends your life by calming the storms inside you that you cannot see in those first 5 minutes of the morning. Gratitude reconnects you with purpose. When you remind yourself of the things, people, abilities, and opportunities you have, even if they are small, you give your mind a reason to move forward with hope. Hope is not a luxury, it is fuel. It motivates you to take care of your body, set better goals, make healthier decisions, and stay consistent with the habits that lengthen your lifespan. A hopeful heart beats longer. A hopeful mind fights harder. A hopeful life lasts longer. Gratitude also softens your emotions, replacing frustration with peace and replacing impatience with perspective. When you wake up already thankful, you're less likely to be irritated by small things throughout the day. You respond instead of react. You listen instead of explode. Your relationships become stronger. And relationships are deeply tied to longevity. People who feel connected, supported, and emotionally grounded live longer, healthier lives than people who carry resentment, bitterness, or constant stress. Another powerful effect of gratitude is that it lowers cortisol, the hormone that silently damages your body when it stays elevated. When cortisol is high, your heart works harder, your immune system weakens, your memory worsens, and your body ages faster. When you practice gratitude, cortisol drops, peace rises, your body enters a state of rest and repair. This not only makes you feel better emotionally, but directly contributes to longer life in a physical, measurable way. Choosing gratitude in the morning trains your mind to look for the good throughout the entire day. Your brain develops a pattern, a habit of noticing blessings instead of burdens. Over time, this reshapes your character and strengthens your emotional endurance. A grateful person is hard to break, hard to discourage, hard to defeat. They live longer not because life is easier for them, but because their mindset protects them from the internal battles that shorten life. Every time you wake up and choose gratitude, you are expanding your emotional capacity, strengthening your body, sharpening your mind, and increasing your future. It is a simple practice, but its impact is profound, not just for your day, but for your lifespan. Visualization in the first moments of your morning is like handing your life a blueprint before the day begins. Most people wake up and drift into their day without direction, reacting to whatever comes their way. But when you spend even a few minutes visualizing the person you want to become, the choices you want to make, and the life you want to live, you step into the day with intention instead of confusion. Your mind becomes a compass instead of a wandering map. And a compass keeps you aligned with a future that's healthier, stronger, and longer. When you visualize right after waking, your brain is in an open, receptive state where ideas sink deeply and quickly. In that moment, your mind is not yet filled with responsibilities or distractions. It is quiet, almost blank, and ready to absorb the images you create. This is powerful because your brain cannot distinguish between real experience and vividly imagined experience. When you visualize yourself strong, disciplined, healthy, and focused, your mind begins firing the neural pathways that match that identity. Over time, these pathways become familiar, and your actions naturally begin to align with the future you've been imagining. You essentially rehearse your success before the day even begins. Visualization also anchors your intentions. Instead of drifting, you begin your day with a clear picture of what matters. When you see yourself choosing healthier foods, your decisions reflect that vision. When you see yourself exercising, your body follows that script. When you see yourself thinking calmly, your reactions throughout the day become more controlled. What starts in your imagination eventually shows up in your behavior. And your behavior is what shapes your longevity. Healthy choices made consistently stack into years. Years stack into decades. And decades determine the length of your life. Another power of visualization is that it strengthens your sense of purpose. Human beings don't thrive without direction. When you wake up and immediately visualize the future you desire, you remind yourself why you must show up fully today. You remember your goals. You remember your responsibilities. You remember the kind of life you're trying to build. Purpose fuels discipline, and discipline fuels health. People with clear purpose tend to live longer because they handle stress better, recover faster, and stay committed to long-term habits. Visualization also calms anxiety. Fear usually comes from imagining the wrong thing, imagining failure, imagining loss, imagining obstacles. But when you intentionally visualize success, strength, healing, growth, and stability, you replace those fears with confidence. Confidence lowers stress. Lower stress lowers inflammation, and lower inflammation is directly connected to longer life. When your mind believes you are capable, your body behaves like it is capable. That inner alignment reduces the wear and tear that emotional stress places on the heart, the immune system, and the nervous system. In those quiet minutes of the morning, visualization trains your mind to focus instead of scatter. A scattered mind wastes energy. It jumps from thought to thought, problem to problem, worry to worry, but a focused mind conserves energy. It channels strength, it sees opportunities, it makes deliberate choices. That clarity throughout the day helps you avoid harmful habits and stay committed to the ones that extend your lifespan. You eat with intention, move with intention, work with intention, and rest with intention. Your days stop being random and start being directed. Visualization also helps you embody the identity you want. When you continuously picture yourself as someone who is disciplined, healthy, powerful, patient, and committed, your actions naturally begin to match that identity. Identity is the root of behavior. When your identity shifts, your habits shift. And when your habits shift, your life shifts. Longevity isn't just about adding years, it's about becoming the kind of person who lives those years well. Every time you close your eyes and see your best self, you move one step closer to becoming that self. You're not imagining fantasies, you're setting a direction. You're planting seeds. You're constructing the mental architecture of a life that lasts longer, feels better, and carries more meaning. Visualization turns the first minutes of your morning into a moment of creation, shaping the rest of your day and eventually the rest of your years. Speaking positive affirmations in the first minutes after waking is one of the simplest yet most transformative practices you can adopt for a longer, healthier life. Most people wake up and immediately allow external noise or internal doubt to dictate their day. They focus on what they haven't accomplished, what's wrong in their lives, or what challenges they'll face. But speaking words of strength, faith, and positivity rewires your mind before the day even begins. Those words are not just empty phrases, they are commands to your subconscious, signals that shape your behavior, emotions, and even your biology. When you begin your morning by affirming your worth, your power, and your purpose, you begin your day with momentum rather than hesitation, with confidence rather than fear. The science behind affirmations is clear. Your brain cannot distinguish between repeated mental statements and actual experience. When you say, I am strong, or I can handle anything, or my health grows stronger every day, your mind begins to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with those statements. Your nervous system, your muscles, your heart, and even your immune system respond to the commands your mind sends. Positive affirmations reduce stress hormones, increase focus, and enhance resilience, all of which are crucial to long-term health and longevity. By speaking life into yourself first thing in the morning, you begin building a shield against the subtle forces that drain energy, shorten patience, and weaken your body over time. Affirmations also influence your emotional state in profound ways. Your words carry energy, and when spoken intentionally, they transform fear into courage, doubt into belief, and hesitation into determination. Your internal dialogue sets the tone for how you interpret your day. A day that begins with discouragement often spirals into frustration, poor choices, and stress. But a day that begins with affirmations sets a standard. It signals to your mind and body that you are capable, worthy, and prepared. That standard becomes a reference point for every decision, every conversation, and every challenge you face. Morning affirmations strengthen your sense of purpose. When you declare your intentions out loud, you remind yourself why you exist, what you are building, and who you are becoming. Purpose is one of the greatest predictors of longevity because it motivates consistent action and keeps you resilient in the face of setbacks. People with purpose are more likely to maintain healthy habits, manage stress effectively, and engage meaningfully with the people around them. Speaking affirmations is a way of anchoring purpose in your mind before external distractions attempt to dilute it. Affirmations also enhance your self-discipline. Repeating empowering statements trains your brain to prioritize long-term gains over short-term impulses. When you say, I choose what nourishes my body, or I take care of myself every day, you are programming your subconscious to favor behaviors that contribute to health and longevity. Over time, this consistent mental reinforcement becomes automatic action. What started as spoken words evolves into lifestyle habits that protect your body, sharpen your mind, and extend your life. Moreover, affirmations influence your relationships and environment. When you start the day confident, centered, and positive, you radiate that energy outward. People respond to your
This world is endless, so wide, so broad, but somehow I'm still lost in you. The streets are full of moving shadows, countless places I could go. City shining, people passing, yet I still feel so alone. Every road keeps leading nowhere, every sky feels cold and blue. In this world so vast and open, I'm still lost in missing you. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. The world moves on without us, but my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you. I have tried to outrun silence, tried to leave your ghost behind, but your name still echoes softly through the corners of my mind. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. The world moves on without us, but my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you. Maybe someday I'll stop searching for your face in every crowd, but until that day, this broken heart will keep calling your name out. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. The world moves on without us, but my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you.